Now, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and I know we can get bogged down in that comment, so I'm going to keep it light-hearted and tell you a little story. Previously, we've never had a farm vehicle. As we've always said in our Q&As, you don't need one, but need being the key word. However, that doesn't mean that we didn't want one, we just couldn't justify it at any point. So when a couple of friends of ours literally pulled up alongside us when we were out on a walk one day, we got chatting on, as you do, and we were telling them that Grace, our daughter, was taking a driving test soon, and we hadn't started looking for a new car because we didn't want to jinx her or anything. He mentioned that he was selling the vehicle that he was in, and for a very reasonable price too. So a week later, here we are, we'd bought it off him, and Grace has now passed a driving test. She's the proud owner of a smaller vehicle that I was previously using, so it's all worked out perfectly. Now, the Land Rover is a beauty, but nothing comes without issues where age is involved. So a week ago, when I picked up some chicken food, we had a little problem that we couldn't get to open the boot. So thankfully, Stephen's setting to work because we've got a very important date to keep this weekend.
Shuts.
Yay!
Hey! I fixed it! I fixed something! Woo! Right.
Well, thank goodness for that, because we are hoping to use this tomorrow to go and pick up our new arrivals instead of doing it in the style we've done previously, which has been the boot of Stephen's car, which has worked fantastically.
Now we're going to mucky up another vehicle.
I don't even know if the dog crate will fit in here though, so let's figure that out and then we'll meet you in the morning.
Let's get all this put back together first.
Oh.
Yeah, push, push.
So Saturday morning finally came round. We were all ridiculously excited. The crate fit, the straws in it ready for the pigs, and Stephen was pumping the tyres up ready to go. Grab a small holders breakfast. Ah, the joys of the newfound freedom of being able to go out whenever you feel like it in the car and buy yourself crap food for breakfast. So we're busy while Grace is just getting her food. I'm just getting sorted, making sure everything's in the car that we need for a journey safely there and back. Now, some of you have already guessed, but do tell me, have you already guessed what we're doing today?
Well, that's it. Spring has finally sprung by the feel of it. So we're going to pick up our worst kept secret, pigs. So we've had an early start this morning. We've just been sorting the stable out for where they're going to go. We'll show you that when we get back. We've got the cage in the car. The boot's still working. We've got it loaded with straw, so they'll be nice and comfortable, hopefully, on the journey home. We've got about a 3-hour round trip to go because they're just getting harder and harder to find local to where we live. So the closest we could find for similar ones we wanted were about an hour and a half away. So hopefully it'll be a nice, smooth 3-hour trip. So pump the tyres up, put the water in, might pick a coffee up on the way, but that's it. We better get in the car and get moving.
Stephen and I often try and take out any of the bits that people might find boring in the videos. Now, obviously, you're not going to please everybody all of the time, but this was such a pretty trip that I thought it would be nice to include some of the footage. I did take out the bits where Stephen and I were arguing about our driving skills. I didn't think everybody needed to hear that, but it was beautiful, albeit very, very windy roads. So all three of us, including driving, Stephen drove there and I drove back, knocked ourselves completely car sick, but we soon recovered. I feel like we came this way.
We'll have been here at some point in our lives.
No, for the pigs before. This was the point where Stephen said, "Tracy, quick, grab the camera. I bet it's really spectacular when we go over the top of this hill."
Or maybe not. Right out in the sticks now. Where we going? Well, we're here, and that was a test and drive through them hills. Well, let's see what we've got.
Lambs, look, there's lambs. These lambs.
Are we feeling car sick though, Grace?
Yeah, very.
Well, we're back, and that 3-hour round trip turned into a 4-hour round trip, and the weather, where's that gone from this morning? But we're in the car, we're going to get them out, get them into the stable, let them settle before we give them something to eat and some water. Let me reach in, can you reach?
At this point, Stephen's piglet tried to make a run for it, so we had a bit of a panic. Bit of a panic, wasn't it? Oh, I know. Go on, let's get him in.
Shut the gate.
It's okay, son. Good boy.
Right, here we go. These are 2 saddleback cross weaners. They're just over 6 weeks old. They've been weaned off the mother now for about a week, so they're on hard feed. So we're just going to get them down here, let them settle before we bring them some food and a bit of water in, because they've had a long journey home. So we'll get them comfortable.
There you go.
On your left, Steve.
Huh? What's them? Right, let's go and get a bacon sandwich.
Steve. Right, well, it's time to leave those guys settle in peacefully and get on with some small holding chores. Now, we're going to come back and you can see what happened when I came and opened the barn the next morning. Pigs! Pigs? Pigs? This is really weird. Pigs? Pigs? Hang on, son. I'm going to stand on it because I don't know where you are. Anyhow. Pigs? Pigs, frightening me. Where are you? Ah, there they are. Are you okay? Can feel heat. Oh my God, pigs. Shit on my hand. Look at you and not a flipping. Are you okay? Oh my God. Good morning. Sorry. I'm just checking you're okay. You're fine. Go back to sleep. Just reminding you that you can come out for your breakfast. Safe to say that was terrifying. I was wondering what on earth had happened to them, but they were just having a little lie in, staying lovely and warm. It's okay. Hello. Well, now the clocks have sprung forward here in the UK. That means we have got much more lovely light on an evening. So Stephen and I literally get in from work, turn around and go straight back outside and spend as many hours outside as we can. The weather has been really, really kind to us for the last few days, couple of weeks actually. So what we've decided to do is include what we get done on those evenings in our vlogs as well. So they're not just weekend vlogs. That'll probably be for the spring, summer and autumn until the clocks fall back again as we move into winter. So this is what we've been getting up to this week. Cheeky.
Right.
Goat's turn to be out in the paddock. 5 minutes of grass, and then we're increasing them just like Scenic.
This is going to be more tilted back over because I forgot that.
Really?
It's nice.
Well, that's the duck enclosure finally finished. We've just moved the pond, starting to fill it up. I've just put these wooden platforms around it to try and keep it as clean as possible, because as soon as a bit of water comes out, they'll just turn everything into mud. So that's just to try and keep it as clean as possible. So the only thing to do now is try and round them up and get them in.
Look at him.
Come on, ducklets. Jack, stand down. Hey, Grace.
Yay!
Easy peasy.
Are you having a good time?
Filthy. I think you've just tied her out.
Oh, she's I think that's one of the old ones. I'll have to keep an eye on her. Oh, go him off, get him off her.
She's just tired, she'll get there. She's resting
Oh,
on her.
bless her. Oh dear.
She's not used to running that fast through the fence. She's alright, just give her a minute.
Well, that's that good job done. They seem to be settled in there nicely. They've had a little look in the pond, so they know where that is. Now we just need to do the small task of moving this big pile of crap to another destination so we can regrass and wildflower this area to regenerate it for our next project. Maybe, well, it's going to be next year by the time the grass is up and the flowers are up. But we need to get it all cleaned out, get all the broken logs out, get all the dead felled trees down, and then we'll tidy it up, burn all that, and get it all tidied up. So just a small job for the night.
I don't remember this on the New Year's Day video.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Ducks have actually been taking themselves to bed, so the next morning when I opened up, I thought I'd just get some footage to show you what they look like in the shed when I was feeding them. But my goodness me, the sunrise was just amazing.
Right, we're just home from work. This is the second lot of compost for the veg plot. So this is we're on 4 tonne at the minute. We'll see how much we need before we get it planted and ready. Right, well, we're 4 tonnes in, 4 tonnes of topsoil in, and we filled these 4 beds here, and the last bit of it that was on the back of the truck, we did a bed over there. So we get another 2 tonne, not tomorrow night, you can't get any tomorrow night, so it'll be Thursday night. We get another 2 tonne, which will fill these 3 beds over here. Another 2 tonne should top them up nicely. And then on Friday night, hopefully, we'll get a 2 tonne of gravel, and we'll start doing the paths and making it all look finished. So it's one thing about these lighter nights, we can get stuff done on a night instead of just the weekend. Right, another night, another 2 tonne of gravel to shift. We couldn't get any more topsoil tonight, so he's brought us this because he hasn't got the topsoil in yet. So we'll get a few of the paths done, and then we'll leave some paths empty so we get down with the topsoil so it won't get all mucky. So hopefully this will do quite a bit, but we'll see how far it stretches. Right, well, that's another 2 tonne shifted. I've just started from inside the paths because we still need to replace all these posts of this pagoda. So it's done all these 4 paths all down here. We've blended it in to the old bit there, blended it in to the old bit there, and we've got all the way down to here. So that's 2 tonne. So we definitely need another 2 tonne, at least, maybe 3, to finish this path and that area over there where there's only 3 paths and not 5. So 2 tonne should easily do that and do this bit, and we might just order another tonne. In fact, we might need another 2 tonne because we've got all that in to do and actually all that. So yeah, we might need another 4 tonne. But that's it for gravelling tonight. Let's get on with tidying up. They're a lot more chewy than the other ones that we've had.
No, yeah, that's not might not be a good thing.
Well, it's the next day and we're just waiting for another topsoil delivery, so I just thought we'd give you a quick pig update. We've had these now for about 5 days, and the first day you couldn't get nowhere near them, and now they love a little ear scratch and they love a belly rub. When you start scratching the belly, they go over, and they're just like a dog. They like the belly scratched. So yeah, they're getting very trusty, very trusting, very friendly, which is all good when they go down in the field and they start feeding, hand feeding and following a bucket and stuff. They're getting very chewy. They're about 7 weeks old now, and this is the youngest we've had pigs on here. We normally get them like 8 weeks, but the oldest we've had is 12 weeks. But like I said earlier, it's getting harder and harder to find like people who breed pigs and sell them near us anyway. So we've had to travel for these, and these are the only ones that were available at the time when we can like have them and get them. But they seem to be doing well. They seem to be putting weight on. They seem pretty healthy. So we couldn't ask for the starting to chew Tracy's coat to bits now. So yeah, we chuffed to bits with all the
Sorry.
Well, we chuffed to bits with all the coming along, so that looks like it's our pork future secured anyway for another year.
One. Better than none. Well, we've come out to give you a little update on the ducks as well. We're going to stay up here because if you go near them, they're just going to make far too much noise to be able to hear what we're saying. So this area here, they've been on this for a good few days now, and it is staying remarkably clean for ducks. We're really, really pleased. The idea that Stephen had in the background there to kind of put the decking around the IBC tank is working really well. All the muck's staying on that, and we can just wash that away. We're just refilling it as well, so when he's emptied it to refill it, it's all staying nicely. The only thing we are concerned about is we have had 1 or 2 floods here over the years, as you guys might have known. I say floods, certainly nothing that you see on the news or anything like that, but that area is prone to flooding, so we do wonder if one day we'll wake up after a storm and it'll have floated away, but we shall see. But the ducks are really, really happy. The one that was uncomfortable that you might have seen, one of our older girls was uncomfortable walking in here after she'd had a bit of a run around. She's recovered fantastically, so we're really pleased about that. And they've started laying again. This isn't enough to be able to put in the incubator, but we're hoping that over the next few days, turned into a couple of weeks, we'll be able to get enough eggs to put into the incubator, because the plan is to rehatch a load more ducklings, and then we can keep the flock full of vitality. We're actually starting to see some growth in the old duck area as well, so that's good to see. It's there's through different places we've had bedding that we've put down where it got too muddy for the ducks to walk on, but hopefully there's a bit even where Stephen stood, which was, we did put bedding down here as well, just so that they had kind of a drier surface to walk on. This was where the IBC tank was previously, so fingers crossed we'd like to see some growth in this area and try and regenerate it over the coming weeks and months.
Well, it's finally turned up, another 2 tonne. So let's get this on the final beds and then we're done for topsoil.
Well, this is what it's looking like at the moment. We're on our last night of shoveling. My goodness me, we are aching beyond aching. So all the beds in here are now done. Those 3 at the back are done as well, and we've also used the last of the topsoil that we had yesterday just to fill a couple of these beds as well. I think we're getting more topsoil in the future. I need to check with Stephen because I'm all topsoiled out, to be quite honest. This stuff is not where we got it from last year when we brought some in and it had bindweed in it. We're just keeping our fingers crossed that this lot doesn't have bindweed in it as well. It's from a different source, actually, from our neighbour's yard. So fingers crossed it all goes well. You can see we've still got ground membrane here that needs the gravel on it, and Stephen has just pulled up with the last 2 tonne of gravel.
Right, well, we finally finished for the week. It's Friday night. We've just got the last of the gravel down. So over the last 4 nights, we've been getting the delivery, 2 deliveries one night and then a delivery every night after that. And we've been starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to the day job, finishing at 7:30 at night. We're absolutely goosed. Tracy's shoulders knackered, my groin, my back's knackered. We must be getting old, but we managed to get it finished, ready for the weekend. So we've got all the paths filled in around the new beds, which we've replaced all these 4 new beds here. We've put in new paths between these 4 beds that we made a few months ago, or last month, whenever it was. We filled them all with topsoil. We've put all new gravel around. We've put a whole new gravel path in because we are going to continue on, but this old gravel path, it's like really big stones. It's a nightmare to walk on, and these ones we're putting in are just miles easier to walk on. So we've got all that done. I don't know if it shows on camera, but what a transformation it makes. It's just cleaned it up. It looks fresh, looks amazing. It'll look even better when it's full of all our own veg. So we've still got a few bits to do in here, but that's all the heavy lifting done anyway. So thankfully we finished a bit earlier tonight. We're going to go and have a few sherbets and talk about what we're going to do for the weekend. So that's it for this video. Join us on the next one for a catch up on the pigs, hopefully some new arrivals, no guesses what they are, and a whole new view on the small holding.